We've looked at the federal judiciary. Now let's take a look at the Wyoming judiciary. Question always with judges is how are they going to be replaced should a vacancy exist? Some states have pure elections for judges as if they were commissioners or representatives. Some states purely appoint them. Wyoming goes by what's called the Missouri plan, since Missouri was the first to use it. The idea being is trying to get judges to have some accountability for when they're on the bench, but at the same time, not have them so subject to the voters' whims. If a vacancy exists in Wyoming, the Judicial Nominating Commission chooses 3 candidates. The governor appoints one of those 3 candidates for 1 year. After 1 year, the appointed judge stands for retention for full term. You, as the voters, do not have a choice of who's going to be a judge at the district court level, circuit court level, Supreme Court level. You just have a choice of whether or not to retain that particular judge. If the judge isn't retained, we go back to the process of choosing 3 candidates, and the governor appoints 1 candidate for 1 year. Judges that are appointed stand for retention and after 1 year and subsequent full term elections every 4 years. Wyoming Supreme Court consists of 3 justices. They have original jurisdiction, in other words, they hear the case first when cases involve interpretation of the Wyoming Constitution. They have appellate jurisdiction from the district courts. Judges have to have a law degree and license to practice at the bar, and they get paid $132,000 a year. They're chosen by merit for 8 years with retention. Rarely does an appeal from the Wyoming Supreme Court go to the Supreme Court of the United States. SCOTUS would have to decide that Wyoming had screwed up in regards to the United States Constitution, and that is just not going to happen very often. Wyoming district courts consist of 9 district courts. They're trial courts. Unlimited jurisdiction of state-defined felonies, state criminal laws, juvenile cases, civil cases when the award in question is more than $7,000. District judges have to be lawyers, chosen by merit for 6 years with retention, salary $110,000 a year. Appeals from the district court go to the Wyoming Supreme Court. The Wyoming Supreme Court can decide whether or not to hear an appeal. Each county has an elected clerk of district court, whose job it is to do the administrative work for the district court. The Wyoming circuit courts, 15 of them, are basically the old county courts, revised in the year 2000, because some counties were simply too small to even have a particular county court. So they combined some counties. In the circuit courts, they try misdemeanors and civil cases when the award in question is less than $7,000, so-called small claims court. They do procedural juvenile cases, deciding what direction a juvenile crime is going to go. It could go to district court, it could go to family court. The circuit court judge decides where a juvenile case may be heard. Judges have to be lawyers in the circuit courts. They're chosen for 4 years with retention. They're paid $92,000 a year. Appeals from the circuit courts go to the district court. Municipal courts hear all violations of local ordinances in the towns and cities. Dog catcher, speeding tickets, what have you, leash laws, ad infinitum. Judges do not have to be lawyers in the municipal courts. They're chosen by the mayor with approval of a council. Their term and salary is set by the town and city. Appeals from the municipal courts go to the district courts. You have special courts in Wyoming. In the last 10 years, we've had a number of adult drug courts where violators in regards to Wyoming's criminal drug possession laws, not sale, but possession, they're incarcerated with therapeutic treatment. The idea of the adult drug courts is if the particular violator of Wyoming's criminal drug possession law goes through a program, gets clean. They can be released after 1 year if they're successful in the program. The youth drug courts, those who are juveniles that run afoul of the drug laws and the minor possession laws for alcohol, are similar to the adult drug courts except in the fact that they are juveniles. The idea being is that after 1 year of successful treatment and completion of the program, they can have their record expunged. It'll be wiped out. Personally, I'm quite familiar with the youth drug courts because I'm the evaluator for Union County Youth Drug Court, and it's been successful to a point. There are some youths that you're just not going to get to, but in some cases it's been successful with drug and alcohol possession charges.